If you're a man over 60 and you've noticed your erections aren't what they used to be. If your energy dips by 10 a.m. and you catch yourself avoiding intimacy, not because you want to, but because your body just doesn't cooperate anymore. Then stop. Don't chalk it up to aging just yet. Because the truth is, the problem may have started with something as innocent as your breakfast. Yeah, I said it. That quick coffee and slice of toast. That sugary cereal you grab when you're rushing. That "I'll eat later" habit you've picked up since retirement. They're not harmless. They're hurting you, right where it matters most. Here's what most men don't know. Your first meal of the day doesn't just fill your stomach. It sends instructions to your body, especially your blood vessels. It either tells them to open wide, flood your lower half with oxygen-rich blood, or it tells them to clamp down, restrict flow, and starve your pelvic region of the nutrients it needs to stay strong, responsive, and fully alive. That's not opinion. That's biology. And it's one of the most overlooked causes of erectile issues, numbness, muscle weakness, and low energy in men over 60. You don't need a little blue pill. You need to stop skipping the one time of day your body is begging for help, the first hour after waking up. I've had men sit across from me, shoulders slumped, voice low, asking the same question. "Doc, is it just age? Is this just what happens now?" And every time, I tell them this. No. It's not age. It's breakfast. Because every morning you ignore your circulation, you're sending a silent message to the very muscles and nerves that control your vitality. You're not a priority anymore. And they listen. They shrink. They shut down. They give up on you, because they think you've given up on them. But here's the good news. This is reversible. And you don't need a complicated diet. You just need 5 specific foods you already recognize, used at the right time, in the right way. Foods that reignite blood flow, strengthen deep pelvic muscles, and bring sensitivity back to places that haven't felt alive in years. One of them is probably in your fridge right now, and you've been ignoring it for decades. Another? It's so powerful, it's been called nature's Viagra, but with 0 side effects. You don't have to believe me yet. But by the end of this, you'll understand why thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, even late 80s have turned their mornings into their comeback story. So if you're tired of feeling less than, if you're done accepting that this is just how it is now, then let's start with the first food. The one you've been overlooking your whole life. And the one that, when eaten at the right time, could help you wake up tomorrow with more confidence than you've felt in years. Let's go. You don't know me yet, but I've been having this conversation with men for over 30 years. My name's Dr. James. I'm a men's health specialist. Not the kind who just hands you a prescription and rushes you out the door. I sit with men, in real pain, who feel like their bodies betrayed them the moment they turned 60. I've looked into the eyes of thousands of husbands, fathers, grandfathers. Some strong as an ox in their youth, now struggling with the quiet frustration of not being able to perform when it matters. Not because they don't want to. Because their body just isn't responding. And I get it. It's not just about sex. It's about manhood. Dignity. That deep sense of strength and confidence that once came naturally, and now feels like it's slipping away, inch by inch. But here's what most of them don't know. That change they're feeling, it's not permanent. It's not inevitable. And it's definitely not their fault. See, I used to think testosterone was the whole story. That low T explained everything, until I started digging deeper. I started noticing patterns. Guys with normal testosterone still had problems. Fatigue. Weak pelvic muscles. Numbness down there. Poor blood flow. Even with meds, they didn't feel like themselves. So I started asking different questions. Not just, what are you taking? But, what are you eating? When do you eat it? What's the very first thing you put in your body each morning? And that's when everything started to click. Turns out, most men are starving their own circulation before the day even begins. They're going to war with no armor. Waking up already depleted, and wondering why they feel weak, off balance, or disconnected by noon. That's when I stopped treating symptoms, and started rebuilding the foundation. And what shocked me most wasn't how well the body responded. It was how fast. I had a patient, George, 66, retired firefighter. Said he hadn't had morning wood in over 3 years. Within 10 days of changing his breakfast, it came back. No pills. No gimmicks. Just food. The right kind, at the right time. I've seen men in their 70s walk straighter. Sleep better. Reconnect with their wives. Not because of some miracle product. But because we gave their body what it had been asking for all along. This is what I do. This is what I live for. Helping men realize it's not too late. That the spark isn't gone, it's just buried. And sometimes, all it takes is one simple change in the morning to bring it roaring back to life. Let me tell you something most men don't hear enough. Your body still wants to work. It's not broken. It's just waiting for the right signal. You don't need another prescription. You don't need a refill on blue pills that come with a list of side effects longer than your arm. And you definitely don't need to accept this slow fade as just getting older. The real solution? It's not in your medicine cabinet. It's in your kitchen. And it's been there this whole time. See, over the years, I started noticing something strange. When I worked with patients who were sick of depending on meds, men who were willing to try something different, I'd have them start with one simple shift, their morning routine. Not supplements. Not exercise. Food. Specifically, 5 everyday foods. Not rare superfoods from the Amazon. Not powders from some overpriced website. Just real, whole ingredients you can get from any grocery store. When used the right way, at the right time, they wake up your body's natural circulation system. No chemicals. No crash. Just flow. Because here's the truth no one's telling you. Your lower body isn't failing you. It's underfed. Starved of the very nutrients and minerals it needs to function. You wouldn't expect your car to run without gas. But every time you skip breakfast, or grab something quick and empty, you're asking your blood vessels, your nerves, your pelvic muscles to work on fumes. And then you wonder why things feel off. Why you feel disconnected. Why your legs feel heavy. Why sensitivity is fading. Why the desire is there, but the follow-through just isn't. It's not you. It's not even your age. It's the signals you're sending your body every single morning. But here's the good news. Signals can change. And when they do, the response is fast, especially at this stage in life. Because while aging might slow you down, it also makes your body more responsive to the right kind of care. The kind that comes from inside-out nourishment, not outside-in fixes. I've seen men who thought the door was shut, who were embarrassed, ashamed, or just numb, start feeling like themselves again in a matter of days. Not because they tried harder. But because they fueled smarter. That's what we're about to do. I'm going to walk you through 5 powerful breakfast foods that target circulation, restore energy, and reawaken those forgotten muscles that keep you feeling like a man. And stay with me, because the last one is what I call the silent switch. It's the one that turns all the others on, and when you eat it before the rest, it sets off a chain reaction that can transform how you feel before noon. This isn't a diet. It's a strategy. A new way to give your body what it's been waiting for. So if you're ready to stop patching the problem and actually fix it. Let's start with the first food, the most complete natural source of male nourishment that's probably already in your fridge, and the reason why skipping it might be the biggest mistake most older men make every morning. 1. Whole eggs, nature's circulation starter. You've probably had this in your fridge for years, and never realized it could help bring life back to your lower body. I'm talking about whole eggs. Not just the whites. The yolk too. That golden center is packed with vitamin D, B12, choline, and one of the most important amino acids for older men, leucine. Why does leucine matter? Because it tells your body to repair muscle, including the deep, often ignored pelvic muscles that control blood flow, erection strength, and even bladder function. When men come to me and say, "Doc, things just don't respond the way they used to," I ask about their mornings. Most shrug and say, "Coffee, maybe toast." Here's the problem: by the time they've reached 60, their body is running low on the exact nutrients that eggs provide. And without that fuel, nothing works like it should, not the nerves, not the muscles, not the blood vessels. I had a patient, Richard, 67, who hadn't had a strong morning erection in 2 years. I got him on a simple routine: 2 boiled eggs every morning within 30 minutes of waking. Nothing fancy. For weeks later, he called me with a voice full of disbelief. "Doc, I woke up like I was 40 again." It's not magic. It's timing. When you feed your body what it craves right when it needs it most, it responds. Let's move to the next one, because this combo doesn't just support circulation. It helps clean your arteries from the inside out. 2. Oats with chia seeds, the artery cleanser. Forget sugary cereal. If you're over 60 and still starting your day with frosted flakes or a muffin, you're doing more harm than good. What you need instead is a warm bowl of old-fashioned oats, topped with chia seeds. Oats are rich in a fiber called beta-glucan, which does something powerful: it helps scrub your arteries clean. Not figuratively. Literally. That means smoother blood flow, less inflammation, and better delivery of oxygen to the muscles and nerves in your lower body. Chia seeds take it even further. They're packed with omega-3s, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients that help your blood vessels relax and stay open. More blood going where it needs to go. More power when you need it most. Henry, 64, came in last year, low energy, trouble walking stairs, intimacy fading. We swapped his processed breakfast for oats with chia, blueberries, and a pinch of cinnamon. By week 2, he said his legs felt lighter. By week 4, he was sleeping better, and waking up with that spark again. The lesson? It's not about eating less. It's about eating right and eating early. Now, if you're ready to add something sweet, hydrating, and shockingly effective, this next food might surprise you. 3. Watermelon, nature's bedroom fruit. I still remember Bill, 69. When I told him to eat watermelon in the morning, he laughed. "Doc, isn't that just a picnic snack?" He didn't know watermelon is loaded with citrulline, an amino acid that turns into arginine, which boosts nitric oxide. And nitric oxide? That's the same compound that opens up your blood vessels during arousal. It's what ED medications try to mimic. But watermelon does it naturally. No side effects. No prescriptions. Just results. Bill called me back 2 weeks later, voice buzzing with energy. I don't know if it's the fruit or finally eating breakfast, but something's definitely waking up down there. Best time to eat it? Before your main breakfast, on an empty stomach. And here's the kicker: don't throw away the white rind. That part contains the highest concentration of citrulline. Chew it. Blend it. Do what you gotta do. Your circulation will thank you. Let's keep going, because the next one may sound unexpected, but it works like a reset button for your morning energy. 4. Steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt, the circulation stabilizer. Most guys look confused when I say this. Start your morning with half a sweet potato and a pinch of Celtic salt. But once you understand what's happening in your body overnight, it clicks. You wake up depleted. Your blood vessels are low on minerals. Your muscles are starved for glycogen. Your nervous system is scrambling to find balance. Sweet potatoes give your body clean, complex carbs that release energy slowly, no crash, no sugar spike. Celtic sea salt delivers over 80 trace minerals, essential for hydration, nerve signaling, muscle function, and blood pressure regulation. This combo helps your body stabilize. Less shakiness. Less numbness in the legs. More strength, more balance, more clarity. Thomas, 70, told me his legs felt heavy every morning. He even had to grab his nightstand just to get out of bed. 3 days of this combo, and he called me saying, "Doc, I feel lighter. My feet aren't dragging anymore." Simple. Yes. Powerful. Absolutely. Now, if you want a bonus tip that can enhance all 4 of these foods and help you feel results even faster, pay attention to this final one. 5. Beets, the blood flow booster. Most men overlook beets. But when it comes to circulation, especially below the belt, beets are top tier. They're high in nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, the same powerful molecule we talked about with watermelon. But here's the trick. Beets work best when eaten in the morning, when your body is most sensitive to oxygen flow. Even better when combined with a little fat, like eggs or avocado, to improve absorption. You can roast them. Juice them. Grate them raw onto your oats. Whatever works for you. Just don't skip them. I had one man in his late 60s tell me he felt more awake below the waist after just a week of adding beet juice to his morning routine. Again, it's not magic. It's blood flow. And when you give your body the right ingredients to open up the highways, the traffic starts moving again, fast. Now that you know exactly what these 5 foods do for you, and how easy they are to use, we're not stopping here. Because knowing is just half the equation. The next part is what separates men who watch videos from those who actually feel results. So let me show you what to do starting tomorrow morning to turn this into real change, something you can see, feel, and be proud of. If you've made it this far, that tells me one thing. You're not done yet. You're not the kind of man who just accepts decline and calls it normal. And now you've got something most guys never get, a clear path forward. But here's the truth. Knowledge changes nothing if it doesn't lead to action. You can know the right foods. You can know the science. You can even believe it works. But if it stays in your head and never hits your plate, nothing changes. So here's what I want you to do, starting tomorrow morning. Pick just one. One food. One small shift in how you start your day. Maybe it's 2 eggs with the yolks. Maybe it's oats with chia seeds and a handful of blueberries. Maybe it's watermelon slices before breakfast. Doesn't matter which one. What matters is that you start. Don't wait until Monday. Don't overthink it. Don't try to plan the perfect routine. Just take the next bite in the right direction. Because what you put in your body within the first hour of waking, that window is powerful. That's when your blood vessels are the most responsive. That's when your nerves are wide open, waiting for instruction. That's when your body is asking, what kind of day are we having? And your answer comes in the form of food. You can either say, I'm still in the fight. Or, I'm on autopilot, hoping something changes. I've seen men shift their energy in 72 hours just from a consistent breakfast. Not a full lifestyle overhaul. Just that first morning choice. And I'm not saying you'll feel like a teenager overnight. But what I am saying is this. Within a few days, you might notice your legs feel lighter. Your energy steadier. Your sleep deeper. And maybe, just maybe, you wake up one morning and feel something stirring you haven't felt in years. That's not wishful thinking. That's circulation. That's muscle memory waking up. That's your body remembering who you used to be, and responding like it wants to meet you there again. So don't waste this. You've got the tools now. You've got the science. And you've got stories from real men who started with just one change, and felt everything shift. Your next move is simple. Commit to tomorrow morning. One food. One moment. One decision to turn knowledge into power. Because every comeback starts with one small habit done consistently, before the world distracts you, before the doubt creeps in, before old patterns pull you back. And now that you know what to eat and when, there's one final piece we need to cover. Because even the right foods can't help you if you're making this one critical mistake that almost every man over 60 makes without realizing it. Let's wrap this up with the most important message I can leave you with. Let me say this as clearly as I can. It's not too late. Not for your energy. Not for your strength. Not for your intimacy. Not for the part of you that still wants to feel alive, powerful, and connected. I've sat across from men in their 60s, 70s, even late 80s, who were convinced the best part of their life was behind them. Who thought their spark was gone, that their body was too far gone to turn things around. And you know what happened? They took one small step. They committed to changing the way they started their day. And their body responded, fast. Because aging doesn't steal your power. It only takes what you're willing to surrender. And most men, they don't give up their strength because they want to. They give it up because no one told them the truth. That real change is still possible, even now. Especially now. You've just learned 5 foods, simple, familiar, affordable, each one with the power to restore blood flow, reawaken muscles, and bring back sensitivity in the places that matter most. You've seen how something as ordinary as an egg or a slice of watermelon can unlock circulation better than any pill. You've seen what happens when real men, just like you, say yes to consistency over shortcuts, and how fast the results can come. So the question isn't whether this can work. The question is whether you're ready to believe it can work for you. And if that little voice in your head is saying, maybe, but I've tried things before. What if this is just another false hope? Then hear this. False hope is promising change without giving you tools. This is not that. This is biology. This is evidence. This is your body, waiting to be fed and treated with respect again. You don't have to do everything all at once. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to begin, tomorrow morning. Not next week. Not after the holidays. Tomorrow. Because every day you delay is another day your body loses trust in your leadership. And every day you show up, even in a small way, you send a new message. I'm still here. I'm still in charge. I'm not done yet. You're not starting over. You're starting again, with wisdom, with experience, and with tools that actually work. This is the next chapter. Not a slow fade, but a quiet return to strength, led by something as simple as a breakfast you finally eat with purpose. So if you're ready, put your phone down tonight and prep one of the 5. Boil your eggs. Slice that watermelon. Steam that sweet potato. Make that bowl of oats. And when you wake up tomorrow, don't just go through the motions. Take control. Eat like a man who's writing his comeback story. Because you are. And if you've ever doubted whether your best days were behind you, let this be the day you prove they're still ahead. If this video meant something to you, if it reminded you that your body still matters, that your strength still matters, then I'm glad we found each other today. But the truth is, there are millions of men out there who are silently struggling, just like you were. Men who think they're broken. Men who've stopped believing that healing is possible. And most of them won't ever hear this message, unless we bring it to them. That's why I'm building something bigger than just one video. I'm creating a space where men over 60 can get real help, real answers, and real hope, without shame, without judgment, and without drugs they can't afford. If you'd like to support that mission, if you want to help bring this message to more men who need it, consider making a small contribution below. Even just the cost of a cup of coffee can help fund free resources, research, and outreach for men who don't know where to turn. And if you can't give right now, that's okay. Your presence here already means a lot. Just share this video, or leave a comment below, let other men know they're not alone. Because together, we're doing more than just restoring blood flow. We're restoring dignity. One morning at a time. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.